What's up guys, Hyun here. So today we are looking at the Prydwen tier list, and if you're asking me why is this video up before the Orphe polling video, don't ask about the Orphe polling video because I don't even know if it's gonna be a video in the channel. Like literally, I don't even know if the Orphe video is gonna be a video on the channel because like it's just bad. It's just bad. I'm just gonna say that it's just bad. But anyways, I don't want to talk about Orphe right now. I mean, we're gonna talk about Orphe right now, but we're gonna talk about the Prydwen Tierlist update because it seems like we it's a second phase of Zenless on Zero, meaning we have a tier list stuff that we need to look at. And you know what? Let's just go into it. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the Prydwen tier list. If you watch this until the end, hope you guys do that. And also support the channel, become a membership. Yeah, you know what? Without further ado, let's get into this. I don't wanna yap anymore. My throat hurts. Oh my god! What the heck? Wow, this is crazy. Wait, what? Trigger came out. Damn! Trigger made a comeback. What the frick? Okay, let's look at this. Seed, of course, goes to tier 0.5. Makes sense. Seed is very strong character, and I can vouch on that because I have Seed. On Orphe, I cannot vouch on Orphe because I don't have Orphe. Funny. I don't have Orphe. Funny. But yeah, let's look at this. Let's see. So no changes on tier 0. Tier 0, no changes, still the same. Tier 0.5 definitely have a changes. Seed goes out from tier 1 to tier 0.5. Then on Orphe's debut, immediately in tier 0.5, no watch list or everything, just straight out tier 0.5. And one of the main changes also is Trigger being a tier 0.5, coming back, rising up again. The fall, and the rise again of Trigger. Crazy. But I think I don't really have anything to say much about this because Seed definitely good. Even without her W engine, I feel like Seed could still be good, you know. I do have her signature weapon. I haven't tried her without her signature weapon yet, but based on her weapon at all, it's just a small boost. I mean, the boost is good, but like, you know, I feel like without it, she can still work, especially using like other W engine like the Soldier 11 signature weapon, the Brimstone, or maybe like even like other weapons like Marikato maybe, I think. Honestly, I haven't checked the alternative for Seed yet, but I feel like other signature weapon you can use it. I mean, it's easy to build Seed. Basically, just freaking give her a ton of like crit and crit damage, just like any other attack agents, and then give her some attack, and then that's it. You know, no need to like glaze Seed too much. I like Seed, but like Seed is already good. Mainly, the big downside on Seed is like you just need to use her with another attack, which means you're gonna replace one slot for a stunner and support, which is gonna be bad. And technically, in most in most cases, you would want a stunner instead of a support on a Seed team because you're gonna lose a lot of like stun damage, especially on a Seed team if you don't have a stunner. Which is, you can stay stunned, but like, you know, it's not that good. You know, you're gonna like you're at least gonna miss one stun window, which is gonna be very bad for damage wise, especially. So like that's like one of the downside. But also like she still deals a big ton of damage, even like outside of the stun window, which is super crazy by the way to think about. And I also tried her with Harumasa, which is a good team. And I think that team also made me get almost 40k on Defiler, and my Harumasa is not even that good. So that's a crazy result, honestly. And what else? Orphe, I cannot say anything because I don't have Orphe. Good for Orphe. Good for you guys if you guys have Orphe. Trigger, definitely, I don't know why they have Trigger on this. Okay, I'm actually gonna look at the change log and see what their explanation on why Trigger is here. Trigger, In our last, Trigger was dropped down tier due to sheer power and her signature provides, and the impact is as team played within. But with the tier list now rating characters with signature weapons, she's moving at 0. Wait, what? With the tier list now rating characters with signatures. Wait, what? Wait, what? When did they change that? Wait, this one? The tier list criteria now assume all characters rank with their best P5A rank and P1S rank engine now have re-evaluate each character. Found current is only affects recently drop trigger enough to move her a tier. Okay, that's good. Whoa. Okay. Okay, this makes sense now. Trigger on tier 0.5 100% makes sense now. You know? Yeah. Yeah, 100% Trigger on tier 0.5 would 100% make sense now if he has her signature weapon, which is crazy. They got a lot of backlash on last tier list. I mean, it makes sense, but also like some of I feel like the community take it too seriously because you know she doesn't have a double engine. It makes sense for Trigger to be in tier 1 without her W engine. I mean, let's be honest here. As much as you guys defend Trigger without her double engine, she's good without her double engine and stuff. She's a different character with her double engine, okay? That's just a fact. Let's not kid around here. I'm a Trigger glazer. I have Trigger, okay? I have Trigger. So like, there's no way you can convince me as a Trigger main myself who use Trigger a lot on every attack rolls, anomaly, attack, and freaking rapture rolls. I use Trigger a lot on those categories. You cannot tell me that Trigger is good or like I mean not Trigger is good, but Trigger is this like the same level as with her signature weapon or like technically tier 0.5 without her signature weapon, because no, that's not a fact. Okay, with and without her W engine, different character, okay. Like a lot of people, especially on my like signature weapon video that I made, a rant video, a lot of people saying, oh my god, Triggers is still good with a double engine. Yes, it's still good, but it's not like tier 0.5 level. It makes sense for her to return tier 1. Let's not glaze Trigger here. I'm a professional Trigger glazer, and I know I test Trigger a lot, okay? There's no way Trigger is in tier 1 with using only standard weapon. Hell nah. No way. But let's see here. One of the big changes definitely is Hugo being in tier 1. This is honestly crazy. Not Trigger, but Hugo being tier 1. Bro, Hugo lost a place on tier 0.5. Is it bad to say that I predicted this? And one of the reasons why I predicted this is because of how unprepared double stun archetype on the meta right now in Zenless Zone 0. It's so unprepared, okay? Like literally, it's so unprepared. It's not like complete. The double stun in the game is not complete. Yes, it's an archetype. It's still better than other team cons, but it's a surprise basically. When literally when Hugo came out, it's like, whoa, double stun, more damage. Oh my gosh, she's the almost same level as Miyabi. Oh my god, 1 million per proc of totalize. Oh my god, rah, 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 rah. But if you think about it, Hugo is just a mech character. I mean, Hugo is good. I don't have Hugo. I tried Hugo multiple times in some places here and there. Also watch some seasons that play Hugo. Hugo's team comp is not complete. You know, there's no character that can utilize double stun for Hugo basically, and that's what I think. And you know how Hugo would have a complete team comp if Lycon have a revamp or like a revamp of a kit, so that Hugo Lycon can work with Hugo very well. Of course, like Lycon work with Hugo right now in the meta, but like to make Lycon work much more for Hugo, and we have a stunner that specializes on double stun, and I think this is the only way to make Hugo have a complete team comp. And that's a crazy thing to say. That might not happen. It might not happen because double stun is not really a main archetype in the game, because especially on attack roll, because what they're focusing more on attack roll is aftershock, you know. I feel like it's gonna take a while for Hugo to get like an upgrade, like a character upgrade for like a partner for Hugo. I think that's my opinion for it. They somehow added a character on a I don't know, like on a Mockingbird, since there's only two Mockingbird characters. If they added a stunner on that, it might work on Hugo. That's my guess. But I don't know when's that gonna happen. Then they might do it on a freaking, I don't freaking know, like a filler patch maybe, because usually on filler patch they do like a filler character. I mean, like Hugo is a filler character, right? Because like Hugo is like so out of place on the whole meta because of like the double stun archetype or team comp. So like she's like Hugo is usually out of place. So right now, especially as meta is moving with like aftershock and stuff, I feel like Hugo cannot keep up, you know. Even with W engine, I feel like Hugo is still good, by the way. Hugo will still have the same value as he have when he got released, but with how shield the buff is right now, especially on the end game, I don't think Hugo can keep up with so low of a value for a buff that doesn't shield what he does. Like it doesn't shield. Honestly, I didn't read the buff yet, but from what I know, it doesn't shield Hugo or his archetype right now compared to when he got released. So like he doesn't really have any like good buff in my opinion. So like it makes sense for him to go down. Especially it's like shielding right now electric and physical characters. And he's also shielding aftershock, so there's no way like who have a chance on the current meta. No way. Maybe in the maybe next patch, maybe, because we have Yidhari and ice character, but they might put ice buff, but we will see. We still don't know. We still don't know anything. No changes on tier 1, which is good. I don't really have anything. Soldier 11 is still in tier 2 with Brimstone. I mean, technically yeah, because like on the previous tier list, or like the criteria for tier list is like standard, like Brimstone is still a standard weapon even though it's a signature for Soldier 11, meaning like last update or the previous update for tier list is basically like Soldier 11 is still using her Brimstone. For Harumasa, I don't know. I cannot say much about Harumasa, honestly. Any other character, yeah, no changes at all. Let's see the change logs. Let's see what they said here. Orphe earned her tier 0.5, elevating Sid's performance. Yeah, forming powerful duo alongside. Oh my god, I wanna get Orphe so bad right now. Replacing her on the secondary DPS due to her supportive nature, tends to make lesser field time role compared to carry she's supporting. It should be worth noting that her release Orphe far more limited viable teams than most, pushing her incredibly close to needing partner tag. With that said, top of Sid also works well enough with SO Anbi and can find some use elsewhere as well. I mean, I feel like Orphe doesn't really need a partner tag right now, especially of how Orphe works with attack. I feel like even without Sid, Orphe can still work as a double attack role without Sid, because she does deal a lot of damage and she also gives a big defense ignore. So basically it's like you're basically like using Nicole, you know. You're basically using an S rank Nicole but fire, in my opinion. Sid is like announced as prior changelog or his release. Yep, a big boost for Sid meta. Yeah, makes sense. Wait, we didn't see the Hugo changes. Endgame progressively increased difficulty, true. With HP, also with shielding stuff. Recurrence demanding teams also increase. Makes sense, since Hugo doesn't really have a certain teams that she have base and slot team, but it doesn't work well in the current meta. The characters tier 1 than characters currently residing on tier 0.5. For that reason, we're adjusting her Tierlist one. I mean, makes sense. It's not that like Hugo is like irrelevant anymore. No, Hugo is still good. Like literally, like Hugo's standing right now is still good. It's just that Hugo just doesn't have a best in slot team. Yes, Lighter and Lycon is best in slot, but like he doesn't have a specialized team for him. Like just like how Sanbi is before Sid and Orphe. Sanbi only have Trigger and Astrayao, and it's not even her specialized team, especially in how scuffed she is. So that's why when like Sid came out, and like especially Orphe, Anbi's value I think goes up a bit. Of course, you didn't go to tier 0.5. I feel like it will go up. Here's my guess. Sanbi might go up a tier when the buff comes. But I still don't know when the buff is coming. Maybe next splash. I don't know. We will see on the special program in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I think this is all for the tier list. Very interesting tier list. I mostly agree with some stuff. I don't know. I don't have any opinion about Hugo. Especially, I had just have like an outside opinion about it. But for like for people that have Hugo, I still don't like. I don't have that perspective. Especially on Orphe, I still don't have any perspective on Orphe, mainly because I lost my 50-50 on my Orphe, which is crazy. But I do have like great insights on Sid and Trigger, and they work. They work very well, especially with their signature weapon. So we couldn't even say much about it, you know, like literally. And also, why is Jufufu still have a partner tag when Yishuan now have a signature weapon? You know? I feel like this partner tag for Jofufu should be gone now because Shishu-1 have a signature weapon now. So like, what? This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, what? Remove that partner tag. That's still my like main criticize in this whole tier list for the past like 5 weeks now. And not 5 weeks, but 5 phases of this tier list now. Remove the partner tag for Jofufu, please. I'm begging. Like seriously, I'm begging. But anyways, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, Surge 11 partner tag got removed? That's crazy. They didn't put it on the exchange log. Oh, tag changes. There we go. Oh, I forgot about this. Sorry. Okay, before we go. Remove tag for lighter, especially following Orphe's release. Surge 11 required team options since initial. Oh, okay. Just because of like Seed and Orphe's release, Surge 11's like team comp have increase a little bit. Nekomata also since the Seed's release also. Oh wait, no. Partner tag remove. Nekomata works well without Seed. Not warrant partner tag can perform on Parallax, Billy, and Korean. Look at me right now. Nekomata means. Do you agree with that? Personally, no. I feel like Nekomata should have a partner tag for Seed. Because there's no way. Okay, you know what? I would argue. I wouldn't argue with it anymore. Anton anomaly shield tags remove. While Anton technically possess elements related to this tag in his kit, there's two negligible unused for word to mention. True. I mean, very normal changes. This is still one of the changes that I wanna. I want basically like Jufufu removing the partner tag because it's still fucking. It's still stupid. Why does he have a partner tag? You know. But I don't wanna argue right now. I lost my 50-50, you know. I'm sad, you know. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.